Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be dissertating and talking about having the zodiac sign Leo on the cusp of the 8th house in a natal chart. Now, the first thing I'll look at, and one obvious conclusion one can come to, is that since the 8th house governs sex, this person may show a lot of dignity and pride in matters connected with this. This person may seek a sexual partner that may be very flamboyant, very dramatic, generous, magnanimous, one that has a flair for, I guess we could say, the drama. For this person may really seek a lot of, I guess we could say, kindness, approbation, adulation for, I guess you could say, from their sexual partner. That basically they need to feel that sense that they are, quote unquote, I guess perhaps the king in the bedroom, so to speak. This could be a person that doesn't necessarily attract a sexual partner that has a Leo sun, moon, or ascendant, but merely somebody that embodies the Leo persona and maybe shows some characteristics, at least how this person may perceive this sexual partner. Now, the 8th house also governs death, and when I look at this, perhaps death may come in some dramatic way. It might come in front of a lot of people, maybe a place where people congregate. It could be something with the heart, or perhaps spine related. It could be some kind of heart disease, perhaps. And we look at this too. And the 8th house also is associated with transformation and regeneration. So perhaps any kind of change that this person goes through, it can be really rather dramatic, and this person may be willing to maybe to make that change. This person may show certain extravagance in spending, perhaps in order to do this, whether it would be, for example, through working out and spending money on the weightlifting equipment and diet products, so on and so forth. That could be, one example. And perhaps this person can be somehow made change through something connected that's Leo-like, such as drama, such as the theater, such as creativity, something perhaps with amusement and just having fun and enjoying oneself. So those are some things to consider with Leo on the cusp of the 8th house in a chart. Now, another thing that is connected with the 8th house is others' resources. Now, this could be that person on the negative side, maybe somewhat a little bit controlling and domineering in these matters. If there's something where this person has a shared joint account with somebody, for example, like a joint bank account, this person might be the one that wants to basically be the one that's in control and maybe put the other person kind of second in command, so to speak. But at the same time, in matters connected with shared resources, this person might show extravagance and generosity and be very magnanimous and very giving in matters related to this. So those are some things to look at as far as the shared resources. May also include things perhaps of a Leo nature. There might be things connected with fun and amusement, with games, for example, whether it could be board video games, something that has to do with fun and enjoyment. Maybe things connected with recreation could be another thing. So those are some possible shared resources that this person may have with another person. And another thing to look at is that look at the 8th house, and the 8th house also is connected with inheritances. And as far as the inheritances may go, this where Leo is located on the chart, this could be a spot where the person generally is rather can be fortuitous and really basically fortunate. So in matters connected with inheritances, this could be the person that winds up, it doesn't necessarily mean that the person's going to inherit an exorbitant amount of money or resources, but in all likelihood would be fortunate in this matter, and would at least get, in many cases, I think, a feasible, I guess you could say, amount, whether it's money or whether it's resources. This person may also be a person that has a lot of maybe control over things connected with wills, and might very well be like the executor of a will for a family. So those are some things to look at as far as the inheritances may go. And we'll look at the eighth house, and this could be somebody, what I was talking about before. As far as the sexual partner goes, I was talking about the possible characteristics associated with one, but it could also be somebody that may be attracted to a sexual partner that may have like a Leo like vocation, such as somebody connected with drama, with theater, somebody that has some kind of leadership or management position. It can be a person that may be somehow connected with something with amusement, such as like being a manager like an amusement park, for example, or somebody that might figure prominently, say, I mean, this is very isolated, something like with the circus, for example, something connected with a person associated in the entertainment field, perhaps. Well, anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment for Leo on the cusp of the 8th house in a natal chart. And stay tuned next time, where I'll be dissertating and talking about having Virgo on the 8th house cusp in a natal chart. Two things I want to get with you on before I head out. Firstly, the stars may impel but do not compel. And secondly, never isolate any single astrological element, aspect, planetary placement, position, configuration, influence, or what have you, and make an analysis of a person, astrologically speaking, based on this alone. Because astrologically speaking, the person is the sum of all their components in their natal chart, and not just one. Until next time, people, stay well.